this is a recipe that we're going to create together about how to make a livable city. So imagine for a moment that you are a city planner and you have been bequeathed with a city that was designed mostly in the 1950s, as parts of Montreal have been, with very large streets, and where as a pedestrian it's very dangerous to cross. What would be the first thing that you would do to start creating, transforming the city and have it be livable? Any ideas? What would be the first thing that you could create that would spur a new kind of city for the 21st century?
A lot of empty lots, maybe. Keep a lot of empty lots.
Keep a lot of empty lots?
Yeah.
That would create a livable green city in the future?
Something can happen spontaneously. So maybe lots to
plant. Okay. So we'll start with that. Well, parks also. That's the tried and true formula, but we want to try different things too. So we're going to put both in this plan. So we start off with a few empty lots. So here's the park, and we have to, for it to be a real park, what do we need to put in it? A lake. Okay, very good. So we put a lake. So this is the middle of the lake here. The lake. And then it's the lake in itself will not survive on its own, so we've got to put some vegetation around the lake to make it a livable, breathable lake, yes? So here we are, we're putting... And then studies have shown that the type of park that people like best is the type of park that people feel most comfortable in is not a park where all the flowers are like a bunch of soldiers, like perfectly straight, and everything is completely square and perfectly straight. No, the type of park that people feel the most comfortable in is a park that has a lot of biodiversity and a little bit like an undergrowth. So you've got to have some trees, but we're going to have some undergrowth of shrubs. Now, of course, sometimes city officials don't like that because undergrowth, it's got to look clean, and especially public works departments, they do not like it when there's like too much things growing. One never knows who's going to lurk behind a shrub and come and attack you. But in reality, it actually is what people enjoy most, believe it or not. So here we have some shrubs. But we probably still want a bit of a lawn, because a lawn is a place where you can lie down and you can play football and, all kinds of different things. So this is a compost toilet right here, where this is the first one right here. And then we have the pergola, so we can have a little bench here. And we'll have someone sitting on the bench. And two of them. So that now these two people are happy. They're sitting and watching the park. And then we probably want to have a few games like what are they called? Children's playgrounds, which is going to be here. And then if you want to play football, it's here. So we're going to have one of those football things. This is really not very realistic. When we do drawings in architecture, they look better than this. But anyway, that's kind of a, So now we have a park. So that's the first step, because you know why? Because developers are going to go, great, we have a park, we are going to start building housing, and everyone's going to want to live there, because it's right beside a park. So now we're going to have some housing, and we want to have different types of housing. And we want to do something that is completely out of the box. So what would it look like? And you probably have better ideas than I do, because as an architect, we just do things like we've been taught to do them, and sometimes it's difficult for us to think differently. But anyway. Yeah, Stefan said, do a turtle building. I was like, what?
Maybe create something new, maybe.
Some animal building.
Another animal building.
Big animal building.
Okay, an animal building.
Yeah, like a big Canadian moose building, you know.
Okay.
But like 3 or 4 stories high.
Okay. So,
Maybe have a lot of legs.
yeah. He's got lots of legs.
The elevators going up.
So here's one leg. Then here's another leg of the building. Okay. So then we want a few more bridges going through from one building to the next.
Maybe the park can go through the envelope, you know.
The park goes through this way? Yeah, maybe we have a parkway. Shall we have a parkway that's going through? Actually, it's englobing the, and then it's continuing out there to the mountains. There are mountains in the background. So this will bring you to the mountains. You have to imagine them because they're underneath this building. And yeah, and then you want to do these buildings different. They don't want them to all be the same, otherwise they'll be boring, right? So we're doing different types of material, you know, like this one is made out of colored terracotta tiles and brick mixture. And then we want to have green. Someone was talking about having green gardens integrated on the building. So maybe we have actually, certainly have green roofs, and then we're going to put trees up on these green roofs because since it's a new building, we can make it as structurally sound as possible so we can actually have a forest up on the roof. These, by the way, are climbing trees, which cools the building just as much, really, as a green roof.
You can just climb up and
Yeah, they can. Well, I'm going to put a few of them doing that. Here you can kind of go up, and here's another one here. And then there's the mother there going, what are you doing? And there's another one.
how many roofs you already have covered here in Montreal?
What percentage?
Yeah.
Oh, it's very low.
Very low.
Well, if you look at even in Germany, which is the country that has a lot, I think it's 10% in Germany. So in Montreal, I mean, it's probably less than 1%.
Yeah.
For sure. It's not much. Yes. No, I haven't seen it. City Hall Côte-des-Neiges has a green roof on it?
I haven't seen it.
Wow. Okay, so we have a few buildings. Now we probably want to look at how we're going to do the maintenance of this park. And the maintenance of this park. So, because we're missing things, and excuse me, be back. Hi, I am going to do the maintenance of the park. Because you know what? I am much cheaper than having a truck or some kind of other maintenance that uses oil. And I am much more popular with the citizens than if I were a truck. So I'm going to come back into the cities, and I'm going to be used with my friends here. Me and me, and together we are going to be used in the 21st century, not only to clean the parks and pick up the garbage in the streets, but we're also going to have zootherapy and going to be used